Welcome back to Summer is Coming. Neil and I, Tiny Grimes, have decided to get together to bring you another in-person Game of Thrones game.
And we're super excited because now we actually have real Game of Thrones 2.0 cards. No more of the crazy proxies shuffling them back into the deck like before. This is top-notch stuff.
Almost. I did realize I have a proxy in here because I only have 3 copies of a card, and I have many, many decks, Neil. But it looks good. Don't worry. It looks real good.
I guess I'll trust you this time. So what are you playing today with your one proxy?
Today I am playing Stark to Banner of the Rose. It's a deck that I've been liking a lot. It's very versatile in that it can kill a lot of stuff, as you'll see, but it can also go into more of a power grabbing mode depending on what my opponent is playing and the needs of the moment.
I'm today bringing a pretty untested Night's Watch deck, Banner of the Stag, to get the Baratheon Neil package in there, so that you really are hoping to play a very defensive game, shutting down your opponent's options so you can just accumulate power.
Yeah, when I look at that, I think that's probably really, really strong because it has Melisandre and the Neil package. I'm guessing. I won't ask you to reveal your deck, but if you don't have it, I think you're a little bit crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm not that crazy. So it'll be an interesting game. I feel like, as with many games, it'll really depend on my opening in particular, because your deck seems like it'll be pretty aggressive, be able to take down a lot of stuff, but if I can get up Melisandre or the Wall or some of my big defensive cards before you can really wreck me, then I might have a pretty decent fighting chance.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good assessment of this matchup. If I can go into kill mode and very early kill off all your guys, I think I'll be in great shape. If you're able to get the full Neil package out and I can't take it down, I think I could be in a lot of trouble.
Well then, let's do it.
Shuffle up and deal! Wait, that's a whole different game. That's my bad. All right, taking a look here. Let's see. This looks like at first glance it's probably a keeper. I'm going to kind of look at it again. This card is interesting because I don't want to flop it for obvious reasons if you've read the text on it. This card is amazing. The hesitation I have with this hand is that I will need to draw into other threats to make this hand great. It's an okay hand if I don't draw into threats. It's an amazing hand if I do, because I can play something like this to start. Flopping 4 is pretty good. This deck consistently does flop 4, though, which is what I like so much about it. It's not a power start. I'm really considering chucking it, and I'm going to have to think about it for a moment.
So if you're looking at my hand, I definitely think I'm going to keep this hand. I have some key cards like that, and some good support for them. And I think that I also have a pretty good flop in these 3 cards, which 3 is about an average flop for Game of Thrones 2.0. But I'm excited with what I'm going to be playing on future turns, and I always want to try and flop this card if I can. So I'm definitely going to keep this hand.
I think I will be keeping mine as well. And let's get this party started. Let's see, I got these 4 cards: the Raiders, Marjorie, a Reducer, and a money location.
I have the Steward,
the
Sir
Wall,
Weimer, and the Wall.
Boo! Don't follow that up with Mel, or we will not be friends. All right. So he didn't get any of his power cards here. Like, he didn't get any of the Night's Watch cards that terrify me. I mean, the Wall is terrifying. But he didn't get Sam. He didn't get cards like that. He doesn't have Mel yet. I have to guess he has her. But I don't either. So it's a very interesting matchup of supporting decent cards out without the power cards yet. So we'll see who can put out what after the first turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, interesting.
So now we're off to figuring out plots.
Indeed we are.
So I think for my first turn, I want to go with this plot. because it gives me the economy I need plus other benefits as well. My only other one that I would really consider on this first turn would be that, which might actually be the right choice, but I'm feeling good about this option to help me set up my game.
All right, and for me, I have these plots, and this is the plot I'm going to go with. I think this is a strong starting plot. There's a couple of plots I often will think about at the beginning. If someone allows me to, that one. This sometimes can be good at the start. That is often good depending on the setup, and this can also be quite good. So we'll start with this one. I think it'll be good. All right. I'm going to do a sneaky attack. So sneak attack is really strong against the right board. This may not be the right board, but I'm hopeful that it is. And I'm going to let my opponent go first so that if he does get Melisandre, he cannot kneel out cards that I might play later in this turn.
So I chose calling the banners because I wanted to get some good economy, and I also wanted good initiative in order to try and bid to go second.
Yeah.
Of course, that didn't really work here with the sneak attack, but that's okay. I will trigger the when revealed effect, as I have to get 3 coins, because he has 3 characters. And now we do our normal draw. So I'm going to start with duping the wall, since I just got a second copy.
Oh my.
I'm going to do things in order almost, and actually collect my gold for
You
the
don't need
marshalling
gold.
phase.
I believe you missed that window.
I'm going to go ahead and reduce with this steward to play a free steward.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to play the feared Mel. She will trigger off of her own R'hllor trait to kneel down the raiders.
That's weird. Why wouldn't you kneel him down? He's a reducer.
I'm just a little more scared of some
military?
Yeah.
That's fair.
So go ahead with your marshalling.
All right, so count 6 gold, and I have a reducer, so I know in my head that I have 7 if I need it. I'm not too worried about Wildfire yet. I don't have anything that scary on the board where he's looking at it and saying, oh, I have to Wildfire that. He's already used his R'hllor. How many cards do you have remaining? 6, 7?
I have 6 remaining.
6 remaining. So my turn, I want to be able to play this. I want to be able to have this to play. So it leaves me, I do have this. But I think we're going with that. So I'm going to start by kneeling him out, getting another reducer in play. I will kneel the reducer, pay 2 to play Arya. I will trigger her ability to dupe her. That's going under. Last game we played, Arya went under as her own dupe. That was a little bit frustrating. Let's see here. Do you have any actions?
No actions.
Okay, so the reason I asked him there was that gives me an option. He now cannot play, I can't remember the name of it, the 1-cost event that kneels Arya, because he has passed on that, but is actually House Baratheon only, so that wasn't a real worry. I got so used to playing against Baratheon that I just did that out of what I would normally do there. Okay, so let's see. We can probably go, what does he have here as events that are going to wreck me? I think I'm okay with this board. It's a pretty small board. The problem is I don't want to play that yet. I would like to have options. I think I'm going to say pass here and see what he does.
My challenges, huh?
Your challenges, sir. Take it away.
So normally I would want to maybe keep all of my people back to try and defend the wall, but the frustrating thing is Arya's stealth makes it so that he will be able to get a challenge through regardless. So I think here I'm going to go on the offensive.
And just to be clear, Arya is why I went second. Going first for me would have been great to be able to get 2 claim, wipe his board down, but I did not want him to hit Arya with Melisandre because that is the stealth character, knowing I can get through for sure.
So we're going to go ahead and start with a military challenge for 4 strength.
All right, that will be unopposed, and I will kill off one of my reducers.
Sure, I get
Sad
1
day.
for unopposed. I will then go ahead and do intrigue for 1. For 2, actually, because of the
2
wall.
for the wall. What surprises me a bit, I did not think he would. I thought he would think that he should pull a card out of my hand, but he has decided he doesn't need to do that necessarily. I am going to go ahead and let him pull a card out of my hand, though.
I get 1 for unopposed.
You're going to get a lot of power here.
Well, you might just steal it all back.
That's the plan.
Ooh, that is a good pull, getting rid of Milk of the Poppy, so Mel is a little safer.
She feels good for now.
And I think I'm going to end my challenges there.
Okay. I will go ahead and initiate a military challenge with Arya. I'll stealth him.
That's unopposed, nothing I can do.
I have some actions during the challenge. I will buff her to 5.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to play Winter is Coming, so now it's a 3-claim military.
Uh-oh.
And we can move to determining the winner. I believe I win that. No?
I'm going to take an action.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and Scene in Flames.
Okay. I will cancel that with my hand's judgment.
Okay, continue.
All right, determining the winner. I win by 5. I will kill Melisandre by putting her to the sword.
Yep, this is pretty
And
rough.
I believe my 3 claim means bye, everybody.
Yep, I will trigger his interrupt to discard a card from your hand.
Yep, I do get a power for unopposed and random discard, right?
Yes.
You don't get to look in there and take the one.
I did get to look from Scene in Flames, but you didn't
I
let
canceled.
Oh,
that.
you canceled it. You're right.
Sorry, my friend. Oh, not.
It's okay. I don't need to look. We got this.
You got the right one. Go ahead and kneel the wall.
Sure.
And I think we move to dominance and we push.
We do indeed.
Okay, so let's stand them up. Now, so this is what this deck can do if things come together well. So I think Neil is on the back foot now for sure. He's lost the Neil package, and he has no board. And a Wildfire doesn't help him that much because I only have 4 guys and one's a fairly worthless guy. So he's kind of in a rough spot right now.
So I think I'm going to choose that. Though the other option would be to do something like that.
Yeah, my choice is predicated on the fact that none of these really are that effective against an empty board. My plots are mostly chosen to be able to do things. So this plot is one of the few that does something here.
Yeah, so really it comes down to me between these two, and I think I'm going to go with this one. It's a little bit more of a reach, but it might pay off.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I want to get a location. Let's
So,
hope we hit a guy.
Who's first?
Let's have... Well, you lost your Neil. So... I think I'll go first. Maybe win some military, kill his board. Maybe he only puts down... Maybe I pull one guy from his hand. He has one left. He plays it. Arya kills it. So let's take that approach.
So whose plot would you like to go off?
I'd like to have yours go first. I'd like to take a look and see what you get. Not that it matters, but I'm curious. But one thing I'd like to say is I don't build my plot decks for this scenario, right? Like there's no reason to build plots around this scenario. You're winning by so much. You need to build your plots to do things when your opponent has stuff.
So we definitely didn't get what we were looking for.
Ooh, you'll have to tell us after the game what you were looking for.
We're going to, I'll tell you right after this search.
I'm guessing it was the plot that stands a Night Watch character.
So my choice is between one of these two. And I think, looking at my hand,
He needs a
and
reducer.
those costs,
He needs a reducer.
I have to go with getting a Rose Road.
Oh, what am I doing? I should have my play go first. That was the dumbest play ever. Gave you another non-character card in your hand.
It did, but I kind of need that card.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
So if you take it out, that could also be pretty rough.
Yeah, I guess you can think about it both ways, right? You could play it as a choke mechanism. He's low on income, but if I want to hit the card and get the power, I think I would have rather hit the character.
Yeah, then maybe you should have gone first.
Yeah.
I wanted a King's Road to get the 3 reducer.
Right, that makes sense.
But
What did you get? What was the reducer?
it's the Rose Road, the just one gold.
Oh, the Rose Road. That's probably not the character he was worried about losing. Sleece is not terrible. And I said I was first, so I'm going to draw up.
I will draw as well.
At that.
So some pretty good pulls
not
off
terrible.
of that.
So 3, 4, 5 gold. I could use some income as well. Let's do 2 for Bran. As you can tell, this deck has quite a bit of cancel in it.
It's very frustrating.
3 for Ice on Arya.
Oh, man.
And it's probably over. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Depends what Neil can do here. If he can only put out one guy and I stealth it and kill it, that's going to be a real problem. Even if he puts out 2 guys, I kill them both. He needs to put out 3 guys or kind of
So I'll definitely put down the Rose Road. Normally, I would put out this. I think I may put that out anyway because it forces him to use some more resources. So I will put down Maester Aemon.
That's a really good counter to that.
It's not as good as it was before you played Ice, but
Yeah.
now you'll have to at least use that up.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead with your challenges.
Okay. I will go ahead and military, stealthing Aemon.
Unopposed.
All right. I will trigger my ice to kill Aemon.
He will save himself.
Okay. And then the claim.
And then he
So
will
unopposed goes for
fall
claim.
to claim.
There are no keywords to be resolved. We'll go ahead and then intrigue.
Unopposed.
So I have no tricks. Unopposed. No tricks I want to play.
Sure.
Claim. Oh, nice. No Benjamin shenanigans today. And then we'll go power.
Unopposed.
And of course his wall is nulled.
Yes.
2, 3,
That's
5,
pretty
6,
much a given
7.
at this point. And you take dominance as well.
I take dominance.
This
Okay.
is going to be a short game.
That it is. Wildfire becomes much more interesting here because I will have to make a real choice whether I kill Bran or the Rattleshirt Raiders. If I were Neil, I'd be looking at it and thinking, I mean, I'm pretty screwed here. Maybe Wildfire is the answer. I'm not sure I have a better answer.
Those are definitely some of the thoughts running through
And
my
I'm
head.
just going to play this because I don't really have anything else to play. I'm not too worried at this point. I think we have it.
Yeah, my thought is one of these two. I think I go with this. It might lead to other good things, but it's looking pretty bleak.
Okay. Yep,
We will
that makes
indeed
sense.
Wildfire.
And who's first?
You can be first.
Okay.
Well, no, I need to be first.
Okay.
I definitely need to be first.
So I'll kill the reducer. I'll kill Bran. And be not that thrilled with it, but oh well. Still up 3 characters to 0. I can be fine with that. And now I know there's no Wildfire coming. I'm not going to Wildfire for another 4 plots. This game is not going 4 plots. So I can just flood the board with everything I draw.
Count my 5 gold. So I'm thinking he has Arya. He has that guy.
You should play a really expensive attachment.
So my choice is, do I want to do this or just this? I think I maybe do this. I've got to try and get something going. So I'm going to put down a messenger raven and a ranging party.
Oh, okay. Ranging party sure is big. Luckily, I can stealth him, but he's going first, so I'll have to put out something I want to die.
Go ahead.
I don't want Arya's dupe to die, because then I lose the stealthing military. I have 6. I can pretty much play whatever I want here. He doesn't have an intrigue icon, so I don't have to go crazy.
I forgot I also have another wall.
Another wall. It's good. So if it were me, I would not have played the 3rd wall. I would have used it as intrigue protection. But Neil is maybe worried that I have a lot of location removal, which is certainly possible. I'm playing strength pumps. I'm playing things like put to the sword. It's entirely possible. I also have location removal as well. All right, but I have 6. As you can see from my hand, I can play anything I want, but I don't have to worry about intrigue challenges. So I'm not even going to worry about playing these 2. I'm going to play Claim Soak, and I'm going to play this card, which I really like this little combo. Summer, trigger, go to get the Bran. I just killed. I could even get, if I wanted, the reducer back. But I think Bran is really nice to have here. I can. Neil now can't do any tricks to out of the blue.
So he actually doesn't cost anything because you played a noble cause.
Oh, you're right. He is a lord. Thank you, Neil. I can't pick up my coins here. So I get 2 back. I could actually play everything then. I think we will. There's certainly a reason not to kind of bluff that I have things, but I'm going to put the board away. He's already played Wildfire. Since he's played Wildfire, I have no fear left in me, so I can just go all out and try to win the game here. All right, go ahead, Neil.
Well,
I have a board.
That you do.
So let's just talk about this. This is the peril of playing Wildfire, even on a decent board, is that this could be the result, right? They now have that freedom to just vomit everything they have onto the board, and so Wildfire is a very difficult card to play, to find that moment to play it. At the moment it seemed like a decent play. I think in hindsight we would both look at the board and say maybe that was not the right play.
Well, I think that I didn't really have any plays because
Fair
I
enough.
had no cards on the board to your 5 characters before Wildfire.
That's true, I did a 5.
You had 5 characters on the board to my none before Wildfire,
Yep.
so
That's a good point.
my other line of thought was that I would maybe be able to do Calm Over Westeros to reduce your military and
Sure.
maybe grow a little bit of a board.
And then Wildfire.
And then Wildfire.
I think I like that a little better.
Okay.
Just because then I can't vomit. Although as soon as you play Wildfire after that, then I can.
Yeah.
So it's a tough spot.
And my idea with Wildfire was maybe you don't have many more characters in hand,
Sure.
or only good ones, and then I start doing March to the Wall to try and claw back into the game.
Yeah, try to trim it down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I guess for this challenge phase, I will... I think I have to just pass to you.
Okay.
My thinking is that he can pretty fully defend any challenge that I do. I would ideally like to do a power to slow him down, but he can just defend it and still have icons left over to power challenge me. Military, he maybe wouldn't defend, but that's because it doesn't matter. He kills off his garden caretaker. So I think it's better to try and just sit back. Maybe I can contest one challenge on defense.
Yeah. And getting power on your house is dangerous because I'm looking to close the game out over the next 2 turns. Even one more power in your house could be that power that actually loses you the game. So
your challenges.
I would have let anything unopposed, so I think he made the right decision. Let's go ahead and intrigue, try to pull out any sort of trick he has.
Nothing I can do.
A little worried maybe he has something interesting. I do have Bran, but Bran has insight now, and I don't want to give him up that easily. Whoa, that's a nice one to get rid of. Okay. So we want to win both of these challenges. I don't think it matters the order because he's going to kill the Raven either way. We have a bunch of military-only guys. So let's just go ahead and military. We can't bluff. Okay, so since I think what we want to do actually is do a power with these two so that we can bluff at drawing something decent. So I'll do a power, stealthing him.
Unopposed. One off my house.
So unopposed. Claim. My keyword for Brandy now is insight. And maybe I just drew a put to the sword that I can kill him with, so he pretty much has to block now unless he's willing to lose his raiding party. So we'll go military, and I can pump with her if he blocks, so either way he's kind of in a tough spot.
Still going to block just to stop the unopposed power gain.
Yep, so I will pump and win the challenge.
Sure, I do indeed have to kill off the messenger raven.
Okay. And then
and the wall has been knelt for a while.
Sure, yeah. That's all 3 challenges. So I take dominance.
Yep.
And continue the domination here.
How much power are you at?
I am at 12.
Okay.
So hopefully next turn I can close it out by you not grabbing another power. Delay the game a little bit longer. And I drew that.
Well, I think I have to go with that and see what happens.
Not that great. I think this is the plot to play. It affects the board a little bit. Helps me out a tiny bit. Who's going to go first? I think I'll go first. Actually, I think I want you to go first.
Okay.
Theory being that he's probably going to choose military claim as the reducer. This gives him a chance to maybe challenge. If he does challenge, he puts a power on his house. If he doesn't, then that's fine for me. So listen.
I'm going to choose power.
Okay.
As the reducer because you're so close to winning, I can't choose anything else.
Right. Makes perfect sense.
So I draw those two. Very close to being a interesting draw, but I'm just going to call it. I can't play anything.
Can't play anything. Okay.
Nope.
I was going to play potentially 3 more characters. Probably not. At this point, I might as well save some back. Not because I'm saving characters, more just bluffing tricks. Oh,
if I had gone second, I could meager into enough for Old Bear.
Oh, interesting.
And she was already killed from heads on spikes.
Gotcha, and that's Celise.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's talk about, I don't think there's that much to recap here. I think basically...
I think that the defining moment was that first turn, obviously, but I think the play that I should have done, knowing that I was going first that turn, I should not have triggered Mel off of herself.
Yeah.
I should have waited.
Yep.
Then I get to Scene in Flames. I still get the Kneel on Arya.
Yep.
And it lets me avoid the 2-3 claim plus the sword.
Yep.
That would have changed everything.
That would have been a very different game for sure. And I didn't have a lot of other options. What I could have done is if you had waited and not used it, I mean, it's an obvious tell, right? Because otherwise you're using it. So at that point, I potentially play Summer and Arya. But if I do, then I can't play all of those tricks that I was able to play.
Right.
Scene in Flames would hit me. He'd probably pull... Probably Winter is Coming, because at that point I would only have 1 gold left. And so then it's only a 3 claim... No, it's
a 2 claim.
A 2 claim, and you have 2 cards on the board after that.
Yeah.
So then even Marched wouldn't have won the game. So that would have been interesting. If I had not played Summer, and he had just knelt Arya, the Rattleshirt Raiders still win their challenge. You had a military icon on the board.
I had
though,
a
right?
4-strength military.
Yeah, so I would have been able to buff. It would have been 6 against 5. I would have won the challenge, but I wouldn't have had Winter is Coming. I would have been able to cancel Scene in Flames actually. And I would have been able to Winter is Coming then. It would have been 3 claim and then the March. So I think, depending on how I played that, I could have still come out, but I might have been tempted to play the extra military because I was worried.
It definitely would have been a better play on my end. Who knows if it would have changed things enough, because you really had sort of the perfect hand to jump on a Mel board.
I mean, that worked out really well. Having put to the sword with Marjorie to pump, Arya, it worked very well.
Put to the sword, Winter is Coming, and a cancel.
Yep. This deck, when it works, can work incredibly well and efficiently. And once it gets on top like that, it's almost impossible for any deck to claw back from.
Yeah.
I had 4 guys. They are all dead. Now what? All right.
So that was a interesting quick game. Hopefully you'll join us next time for another game on Summer is Coming.
Thanks for stopping by.